Thank you for taking time to join me here, join AT&T, and get out here for this event. My name is James Hilliard. I am a video producer, I am a video host, I do webcasts, podcasts, I do it out of the San Francisco Bay Area, so made the journey across the country to join you here for this event. We're going to do a few in hopefully Phoenix and San Francisco later in the year as well. Been doing video for about 15 years or so, and I want to share with you just ideas and tips that have come up the entire time that I've been doing that type of work. I have also worked with the AT&T Business Circle. If you go to the Business Circle, some of those Meet the Expert webcasts, I was fortunate enough to be the moderator. So I got to interview some great folks, and I've got actually a few of them, some sample videos in here to share with you as we go through the event. We're on Periscope today, live streaming out to audience as well. I'm going to talk about Periscope as a way that you can use video, and it's a great way for small businesses to connect. One of the big things that I want to do is start off talking about why we should be using video, and especially for small businesses, because large businesses have dominated the video production. They're the ones, you go to their website and videos all over the place. Small business doesn't happen as much. So why do we use video? I'm going to give you 2 slides here that talk to stats. These are the only stats I'm going to share with you. I promise I won't bore you with stats because I hate PowerPoints that deal with stats all the time. Nielsen, they've been out there checking the television industry for years and years and years and years, and also online video. And in research, I think this came from 2014, stating that campaigns, marketing campaigns that are using video are more effective. They got better brand recall, better message recall than just websites that are not using any type of video. Animoto is a company that provides a software that edits video, and we're going to see a video that was created in their software. I'll talk more about them later on. They did a study out there talking to folks, 73% folks more likely to buy if they see a demo. I'm a Little League dad back in the Bay Area and was buying some new gear, equipment, things like that, bats and everything. I bought after watching some demos, and I bought from a site that was actually a little more expensive, but I was all right with that because they put the time into putting some videos out there so I could learn about some of the bats and some of the training aids I was looking into. So just from personal experience, I think we could probably all, right? You go out shopping online, you see a video, you see a demo, you're a little more inclined to go ahead and purchase there, or at least revisit that site, get more information. A picture, this goes back to why I use video. A picture is worth, what do they say, 1,000 words? Some people say video is worth 10,000 words, could be 100,000 words. We know something about, we know he's not in Miami right now, right, with this picture. But we don't necessarily know the whole story. And one thing that this picture doesn't necessarily do that video can do for us is show emotion and really make an emotional connection with your audience. And for small businesses, that's where I think there's a ton of power in video, is that you can make that emotional connection. I mentioned I'm a Little League dad. I was able to take my son and a bunch of his Little League buddies to an Oakland A's game last year, and I surprised them with the fact that they were going onto the field to meet some of the players before the game. Went down there, got some autographs. They were on the field during the national anthem, and surprised them while they were there. I didn't tell them ahead of time what we were going to do, and they had a great time with it. So I've told you that story, but let me show you that story and how these kids reacted when they found out what was going on. I told you boys that you had to wear pants for a little giveaway here today, right?
Yeah.
So I know that you're going to get like a pen and a ball and go onto the field with the A's starting lineup to their positions today. As you start there, I'm serious. You guys go to the field with the A's. You guys are going to meet the players. All right, so you can make more of an emotional contact if you're doing video. That was just a personal video that I created from my own memories. My son was the one in the middle going most ape. The boy next to him that just took off his hat and he was like, he got to go out to meet Josh Reddick. Josh Reddick was his absolute most favorite player in the world. This was a kid that doesn't play a lot of baseball. He's not one of the best baseball players, but he loves the game. He went out and met Josh Reddick. It was thrilling. So that hopefully gave you a little more emotion than if I had just told you the story as I did, or if I had just shown you a picture of that. That's why I love video, is it allows you to make these emotional connections. So what I want to do going through this workshop is go through 2 things, the tried and the true, and the bold and the new. The bold and the new will be the last like 20 minutes or so. The first 25 minutes, I'm going to talk about the tried and the true. And what it means is we've got great new technology that allows us to shoot video cheaply, to edit it, to put it out there for everybody to consume. But if we don't do the tried and true, our videos suck. And people don't watch our videos, and we've wasted time, energy, money. So I want to go through the tried and the true. We're going to go through very traditional pre-production, shooting your video, and then post-production. A lot of these are just going to be small little tips here or there. This is a video 101. The idea is get you thinking about being a video producer. I've been involved in video for 15 plus years. I've had a lot of experience there. It takes time to think about what you're doing, just like you think about your businesses. So we'll go through this. I want to show you one more video at the beginning here, and I've got several I want to show you at the end. This is a video that was created, I mentioned a tool called Animoto. They create this tool. It is a video editing software. It allows small businesses at a very low cost to put out pretty professional looking videos. So I want you to see this. I'm going to reference back to this video throughout a lot of the rest of the chat. I do not know Nicole. I did not work with her on that video. I like what she did. Does anybody have an idea of how much money Nicole probably spent to produce that video? 100 bucks? 500 bucks? Throw your hand up. 500 bucks, I got 500. Do I have 550? Do I? No. I've done one auction before. Those are so hard to do. I love audiences, business audience. Auction was incredibly hard to do. 1,000 bucks? Lower, a little bit lower. So between 500 and 1,000 bucks is what I'm getting a general consensus here. I don't know, but I can tell you the tool she used to edit it, subscription of like $20 a month. She probably had a camera like I've got here at home, and she may have had a little bit of help, but this was done at a very low cost. Was this valuable? If you saw this, would you maybe be interested in checking out? Okay, she's doing some life coaching. I'll check her out a little bit more, right? So we'll go through this. What did she do? And I can glean from what she did some of the production steps she went through, and I want to share those with you all here as we go through. A lot of this information I put together on 3 documents that are available from my website. You do not have to register an email with me. You will not get on a newsletter. I will not be in contact with you whatsoever. I'm giving you this stuff. You go to the website, you want to download some of these documents. They're great little follow this guide type thing. You want those, you take them, you use them. You modify them. I didn't put them in PDF. They're in their original Word or PowerPoint or Excel, so you can do with them what you want. I'm going to go briefly through these. I'm not going to explain every single thing that you'll see on the screen, but I'll use examples back to Nicole as we go through here. So pre-production, we got to start with thinking about what are we going to do. So we start with the why, and I love, there are books out there about starting with the why. I love starting with why in terms of why are you doing a video? What is the purpose of it? Why do you want to do that? If you don't know why, your audience surely won't know why when they're watching it. I'll say that Nicole wanted to educate you a little bit about what she was, a life coach. She also was sharing some values over there. Diets, that's garbage, right? Want to live a healthy lifestyle. That was kind of her why. She wasn't really trying to convince me of following her plan. She wasn't showing me much leadership in the space. I don't know if she knows what she's talking about and got credentials, or if she's just made something up. I don't know. But she was doing a few of these things. What are you looking to do for your audience? Why are you going to be creating that video? Who is going to be in that video? I think Nicole, she's the you. She was the right person to be in the video because she's a life coach. And if I'm going to a life coach, I want that life coach to be the person I'm having the connection with, not maybe a talent like I'm sometimes hired to do, or some sterile voiceover that doesn't connect me with the person that's doing that. Now, what if Nicole was absolutely petrified of being in front of cameras and an audience? All that happens. Is there someone on her team that could have done that? Does she have a team? She might not. Maybe there's a friend of hers that's used her, gone through her in terms of this life coaching. That might be the appropriate person. But you have to think about who's the best person to get your message across. How many of you solopreneurs, just you out there doing your thing? You're the person. So maybe you're it. Those of you that do have teams, we have teams of 5 out there, teams of 20, right? Bigger you get, you have a few more people that might be able to be the ones to tell the story, but that is an important part because again, we're looking for a bit of an emotional connection. I had a connection with Nicole watching her video. I could have shown you tons of videos. That's the one I chose because I thought she did a good job and I had a little connection there. What are you doing? It's different than the why. The what is, and I'll go back to Nicole, she kind of did an elevator pitch. It gave a general idea of what she was looking to share with you, that she is someone, she's a life coach out there. It was a little inspirational. She talked about the fact that, again, dieting sucks. We're not gonna be stuck on that. We're gonna live a healthy lifestyle. She did not do a demo. She didn't take any questions, but those are formats. Those are definitely ideas and ways that you could put your content out there. On the document that I have for you, all of these are on the first page, and it's great where you can just kind of checklist all through these 6 areas that we're talking about and say, you know, I want to do this style with this person in this manner. And it's a great little way to start laying out the type of video that you want to put out there. Where are you going to do the video? Are you going to do it via Periscope at a trade show? Maybe you will. I think Nicole made a great choice. I'll show you another video here in just a second. She made a great choice because she did it what looked like in sort of a home environment, maybe the kitchen, dining room area. She's talking about food. That was the right environment. If she had gone to a studio, that would not have been for me as engaging. That wouldn't have fit her message there. It should be at a place where I'm doing most of my eating. Hey, I walked down, is it Ocean? Last night and saw all the restaurants out here, right? You can eat in Miami, apparently at a different restaurant every day for like 3 years straight and not repeat. Anyone sell their goods at farmers markets or locations like that? I've had was up in Portland and there was someone that was selling candles, homemade candles. If she did her video in a studio, again, I don't think that would be the right place, but her doing a video out of the farmer's market where she's selling her goods, showing the environment, I think that is a great choice for her. I think Nicole made a good choice of where she was. Let me show you a choice that I make. This is a video series. It's just a small little group of videos that I do for my webcast clients. And I just do this at my desk with a webcam.
Hey folks, James Hilliard back with you. Today we're talking about audio. Do you like how this sounds?
Or if you were listening to me for a longer period of time, would it be better listening to this audio?
Or can we all agree that this is the best audio I've given you so far? Let me talk about audio for a moment. Those first couple examples, there was some hissing in the background, just crack. Enough of me, right? You're gonna hear me the rest of the time. But that's a little video that I did. And I start off intentionally with really crappy audio to show that that's how most people hear webcasts. And if you've ever been on a webcast, you've most likely heard a bunch about that. Let me get back into the PowerPoint. All I used on that was my webcam, you know, $40 webcam, a little bit of lighting. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And I have about 12 of those that I give to my webcast clients as a little library of self-help tips. And that was the right location. It's not the highest quality video. I could have used a 4K video camera, but I didn't because most people are using their webcam. So I try and meet my audience where they're at and give them that info. That's where, again, Nicole met you where she's at. She's a life coach in a comfortable place in her home. When are you going to do the videos? How many of you spend every waking hour on your small business out there, right? This is what you do. You're doing a whole, you're doing a whole lot of work for your business. So when are you going to find time to do your video? It can be tough. Just doing those little videos I just showed you that I did, I wasn't going to be able to do that one a week for 12 weeks. So I sat down, I brought in different changes of shirt. I sat down and I changed and did, I think, 6 videos during that sequence, all at one time. It saved me time because I'd already set everything up. I had all the lighting going on. It was going to be the same type of voice. I had all my settings. So I budgeted time at that point of when I was going to do it. Some people do it when they can. And if that's your modus operandi, then do what I did. Budget a time period where you can do a bunch of your videos at one time. Then you'll have all of it captured. You can go back and edit and publish later on. I put in cloudy day. These are, in all the little notes that you see, you'll get the PowerPoint as well. These are things that come up time and time and time again. A lot of people, I'll go back to the farmer's market. If you are shooting outside, the sun is not your friend. Hard shadows, it's tough to shoot out here in Miami because of all the sun, same thing in the Bay Area. You look for cloudy days, you bring shade. You'll see something a bit later on here. I found a palm tree to get underneath. It provided me enough shade so I could actually see myself on a little video. So it's just thinking about when and where you're shooting. And then how are you going to shoot? Nicole did a little bit of a hybrid, that first video. It was a little bit of her, a talking head. I think that was appropriate, good choice. We needed to see her, she's the life coach. So seeing her was appropriate to her messaging. The screenshot, she showed, if there's no, what do you remember? Anyone yell something out that you remember besides Nicole on the videos? There's something else that jumps out to you? The fruits and vegetables, I remember the watermelon. Love watermelon. Behind pineapple, my favorite fruit. So there were some images there that she used. That's a little bit of a hybrid. Some people, again, might be, I'm too shy. I don't want to be in front of a camera. Could she have done a voiceover through a whole bunch of images like that with just the fruits and the vegetables, some workout gear, whatever it was? She absolutely could. Could she have incorporated some video walking down Miami Beach? That could be part of a healthy lifestyle. She could have, right? Those are choices that we'll make. On the right-hand side, do you do it professionally? I was talking to a couple folks here that got here early in San Francisco. If you hire my team to come out professionally, just to get out of bed, we're charging you $2,200. That's 2 camera guys, that's me, that's all our gear. That's rolling out doing a professional high-end shoot. We're bringing all sorts of stuff. We're overloading your environment with gear, but we're giving you a really top-end production. Anyone got $2,500 that they want to spend right now to roll out and get a video done? Probably don't, right? Times are changing. Corporations are still spending big money on that. And there are reasons to spend money on professional work, but do it yourself is definitely an option. I want to show you a bunch of options that you all have that you could go out here starting today and start creating your own videos. Do it yourself, low cost or no cost. So we will be getting to those, I promise. And the barter idea I'll come back to. Outlines and storyboards. You've thought about the who, what, where, when, why. You need to get into now organizing the content. McAfee, major corporation out there, bought by Intel, hired me for a voiceover, just gave me PowerPoint, and that was their storyboard. It showed what was going to be on the screen while my voice was going. When we turned this over to the editors, it was edited like that. They didn't have to search around for things. Gave great direction. So McAfee uses this major company, again, major marketing group, just using PowerPoint. You can use this. We did another shoot at a trade center like this, at a convention show. Craig was with GlobalScape. We just knew that the main image was going to be him on camera. So that's our storyboard, just gives a general idea of what we're going to be doing. And then we have notes. We knew that this was going to be about a 50-second answer. I was off camera asking him the question, and then when we produced the video, we just had a little screen grab of what the question was, then back into Craig, and then the question, and then Craig. Again, done through PowerPoint. Can do it through a Word doc. This is one of the docs available to you all. You can manipulate and change it. On the visual side, Capes for Heroes, I'm going to digress for 30 seconds here. A friend of mine runs this organization. She makes superhero capes for kids with cancer and other illnesses. Goes around to all the hospitals and gives them out, gives them some joy. She did need my help in producing a professional video because this video was going to be playing in front of Google, in front of Genentech, in front of major companies. If she was using that as a pitch video and it was kind of a home do-it-yourself, that's not going to meet her audience, Genentech and others, where they're at. So she did need to put some time and effort into it. We put on one side, what did we want the video to look like? What were the images that we were going to have? And then the scripting on the other side. Barbara knows her story. It's her personal story about her son. So who I am and story on Maddox, that's all we had to script out. She nailed it on one take. We did a safety anyway. But this is a great way to now organize everything that you've thought about in terms of who, what, when, where, why, all that. This is also available for you to download. It's a shot sheet. And what this does is this allowed me, as Barbara was in front of the camera, I'm sitting over there and I'm just marking down, did she say all the words correctly? Which shot did she do? Scene 1 was just her welcoming and saying, hey, this is what my company is, and we shot it 3 times. We did a mid shot, a close up, and a full shot. We wanted somewhere between 10 and 15 seconds, and I got all those takes. They were all completed, and I like to take 3 over at 1 minute and 25 seconds. Now, when I give that to my editor, or if I was editing, I know exactly the little pieces I want, and it goes together. And instead of doing it like a puzzle, it's a puzzle where every piece has a number on the back. And so you just know exactly where it fits instead of this haphazard put together. So this is available. Download it, use it, you can change it. I do have some notes on it because some of these fields are coded, so they're drop downs and all. This is great. You've organized your thoughts in now a manner that you can follow as you move towards your shoot. In terms of gearing up, you need some basics, you need some microphones, you need some cameras. I'm not going to get into really where you and what type you want, whether you're a Sony or a Canon or a Nikon person, that's up to you. Plenty of websites out there. B&H Video Supply is one. You can go to Amazon, they have videos. There are a lot of places. CNET Networks puts out great videos that are reviews of new gear. So I encourage you to check out those places if you're looking to gear. But you're going to need these things. A director doesn't necessarily mean someone like me who's directing Barbara, but it does mean someone else on your team. Another set of ears and eyes, just to make sure that what's being captured, was everything said correctly? Did it make some type of an emotional connection, as I talked about earlier, or was it kind of a dry take or read and something that you might want to do over? So having another set of eyes behind the scenes is great to have. A boss is a bag of stuff or a box of stuff. You're looking at zip ties and paper clips and extra batteries and tape and extension cords and all sorts of things like that, just because you never know what environment you're coming into. Mine is actually a bungee cord of stuff, right? I didn't know what type of projectors I'd have here. I only have HDMI outputs. They wanted the VGA, so I had connectors and adapters, and I can still do my thing because I had a bag of stuff. I know this isn't quite, a video, but that's the general idea there. So those are the things that you need to have. That's the whole kind of pre-production part, and that's what you're thinking about a lot at the beginning. It's going to spend a majority of time. That's where I just spent a majority of my time chatting with you, because you need to plan. It's like anything. If you're a school, you're planning the curriculum. You don't just get up one day and start teaching, right? If you're selling soaps and things like that, if you're a life coach, you don't just say one day, I'm a life coach, right? You have to do some planning. What's your business model? What's your plan? Same thing goes into video. Let's talk about the shoot. This is only going to be like one tip per each of these areas rather quickly here. I talked about lighting earlier. I showed you the video where I was in my office. This is my standard office. The lighting is great to do all the work that I need to do, but it sucks for my camera. My camera does not pick up well in low light situations, so I throw some lights on and you can see who I am. Here's the light kit. Here is my office. This is where I do all of my webcasting. The light is positioned right in front of me. This is from Cowboy Studio. You go onto Amazon, Cowboy Studio. I'm not endorsed or paid by any of these companies I'm mentioning, but Cowboy Studio does like a $40 light kit. You get 3 tripods, you get these umbrellas. They come with some really bright white lights. I don't like those. I went and changed those out for a softer, warmer. But these are a great way to see and be seen. You can take these for video shoots if needed. They're great even if you're just doing, anyone do like go-to-meeting type things to talk to clients and customers? I've got a whole thing on how you can set yourself up for good meetings there. Lighting is a big part of it. You want to be seen, right? They spend tons of money on all the movies for lighting. You can spend $40 to buy a little kit to give yourself some lighting. Shooting, a tripod. That's my main tip here. This is some funky tripod. I just like the picture. If someone's driving around with a camera, they can suction cup it to their window. It's probably a prototype of what Google did before they started doing all their Google Maps and all those cameras up on top. But get a tripod. You see we're going out on Periscope here. We're on maybe a $15 tripod over there, 20 bucks. We've got a tripod here. You don't have to spend oodles of money. You can. There are fluid heads and there are motorized. Well, you can spend $3,000 on a tripod. Don't do it. Spend 35 bucks and you can get even the little mini tripod you see on my little camera there. It can extend a bit bigger. Having a few tripods is useful. You can get different shots, but a still camera, that's what you want. You're not gonna have all this shakiness going on. I told you earlier, I don't want to get into the battle here over Canon or Nikon. Go with what you like. I have a Fuji camera. It's like arguing between these two schools here, and I'm not going to do that, so we'll move on to just say I liked on my camera the fact that it was AA batteries. If something goes wrong and I run out of batteries, I have a ton in my bag. I can go to CVS and buy more. If I have a proprietary camera with some battery pack, as a small business, I'd suggest you buy 3 of those. Do you really want to spend your money buying extra batteries, or would you like to pour that into your business and other things? So if you can, batteries, I think, and then I love cameras that record to the SD cards these days, right? We're done with tape and all, but having those extra things are great to have too. Shooting, action, just know it takes time. I got here just for this presentation and set up early. If we're doing video, I have to unpack that little Cowboy Studio kit, get the tripods on, set the lights up, set the cameras, do a little test. No, and I told Shay I'm gonna be standing about here so that she could set up that video camera. But you gotta take some time. It's gonna take about 30 minutes or so if you're gonna do a standalone shoot. I would suggest Nicole, back to our first video, she set up some time, right, to get going before she recorded. So budget a little bit of time. This goes back to when are you gonna do it. Surprises happen. You never know what cord you don't have, if the batteries are gonna die, if the lights are gonna go out, maybe there's no plug to plug the lights in, so you have to go to a different location. I once went, I got, one of the things I try and do with my clients, if we're doing a full-on pro shoot, I tell them, where are we shooting? Send me pictures so I know what the environment looks like. So they sent me this great looking environment. I was jazzed, we're gonna get there, it was the front lobby. They didn't tell me that. So that's where all the employees came in. Well, after about 10 minutes of being very frustrated, we said, all right, employees go in the back door. Now we can set up. We did. It was on a main road and the big rigs started coming through by the time we got to shoot. So now we're stopping every time waiting for these trucks to go by because it's blowing with the audio. Surprises happen, that's all I'm gonna say. Surprises happen. But if you've done all that planning that I talked about earlier, you're gonna be in good shape to make a change. Maybe you have to now change the environment, but you still know exactly what shots you need. You know what you're trying to accomplish with your group. So that's why the planning is so important. Keep it simple. If you don't early on, how many of you have done a video and put it on your website? All right, a few of you have and most of you haven't. If you haven't, keep it simple early on, like Nicole did, like my little video at the desk just sitting there talking to the camera. And just because you record it doesn't mean you have to publish it. So record a bunch, get used to it, get comfortable with it, and keep it simple. You have time to get wonderfully fantastic later on, but keep it simple to start. Post-production, the editing, this is now where there's some tools. You can write it down, PowerPoint's gonna be available. You don't write it down, you email me later, I'll tell you exactly where to go for the tools. Know that on editing, 1 minute of video is about an hour of time. That's my 1-to-1 ratio there. So if you're just gonna have, and I would argue that Nicole probably spent about an hour of time working through the Animoto tool, having worked with it myself. By the time she set up her project, pulled in the videos, chose the images, typed in the messages she wants, it's probably about an hour of time before she had a video that she could watch. Maybe goes back, does a few tweaks before she saves the file, now has something that she can publish out there. So just think about timing. Do it yourself. The video that you saw of me was done through this video pad, nchsoftware.com. This is a paid product, about 60 bucks. For what I was doing and for my audience, a $60 product was just fine. Easy to use. It is drag and drop. You simply import the images or the videos you want. You can do voiceover. You drag it onto a little timeline. Very easy to cut and paste. There are little tutorials out there as well. I didn't use this for my friend producing the video for Genentech. We went to Final Cut Pro, we went to the high-end workstations, we were doing a lot of other things to that video, which I really wished I had been able to show you. We shot last week, it's probably gonna finish today, and we'll have it ready for Barbara on Friday. So I don't have it to show you, unfortunately, but this is a great tool for you to use, and you all can use it. If you've ever done anything, even with just like any Mac users using their iMovie and everything like that, this is it's the same type of thing. You have these little transitions and stuff like that. So great tool there. This one is free, open shot video. It's open source for those of you that follow tech at all, right? If someone put it out there, they look for donations and support. They've got a good community of people that work on it, share fixes that might want to be changed, etc. A tad more advanced, the beta, this new beta just came out 2 weeks ago, so I haven't touched it yet, but it is Again, something I think that anyone here could get their hands on, and it just would take a little practice with, but this is a free video editing tool. There are other ones out there. Again, I encourage you go back to the CNET networks out there, you go to some of these review sites, and they categorize the ones they like. Again, the one I've been using this one for like 4 years. It doesn't crash on me, it's easy to use, there's no need for me to change because I produce simple videos through it. You can go professional. $200 an hour for editing is a traditional cost in San Francisco. I think down here in Miami, it's probably going to be comparable. I mentioned barter earlier. Little tip on this: if you play around and you're just not good at the editing, and it's too frustrating, and you're just done, and you don't want to do that, I'm assuming here in Miami we've probably got some type of Academy of Arts types of colleges. In San Francisco, we do. I know teams that have bartered with students. Students need something to work on, so they have come in, they've done the editing. You've still done all the production, right? As a company, you might not turn over to a student. You don't want them doing your whole marketing campaign. So you do the who, what, where, when, and why. It's your gear, you shoot everything, you take care of all that. But when it comes to the editing, maybe that student can do the editing. They're probably gonna be better than we are at the onset. At the end, give them a bone. This video produced by, and the student's name and contact information. That's a potential barter. Now, you'd have to check with the schools, you'd have to check with students. Craigslist is a place you can go. People put material up there saying their skills, saying, hey, I'm doing this, or they say, I'm looking for an editor. Freelance.com, those types of websites, those marketplaces for freelance type work are also great opportunities to find someone professional without coming to a professional and blowing your whole budget just on the editing. Hosting, where do you put it? Put it on YouTube and we're done. You don't have to put it on your website. Why pay for any of that? You put it on YouTube. You've got analytics there, it's easy to upload. A lot of the videos I'm talking about are these short little segments. You can build a channel. I don't say do one video, I say do a lot of videos. Put it there as a library of resources. Use YouTube, great resource. And they've got all the videos that you need in the world to learn how to put stuff on YouTube. So that's your resource. That's where you host it. You want it on your website? Yes, embed the link right on your website. They give you the tools and the URLs to do that easily. So if you're not tech savvy with it, they'll get you taken care of. Wash, rinse, repeat. Once you do your first one, do another one, and do another one, and do another one, because the more you touch the tools, the more you plan your stories, the more you go through all of that, the better your videos will get. If you start tomorrow and do a bunch of videos up through September, guess which video is going to be your best video? It's going to be that one in September. You're going to be doing the work. You're going to go through the whole process, and you're going to be thinking more and more every time you do it. You'll think as a video producer, someone who's telling stories, trying to connect emotionally with your audience through video. You'll get better and better and better. So wash, rinse, repeat. Do it a lot. All right, good. We've got 20 minutes left, and that's what I want to spend on the bold and the new. And that is driving things like Periscope, and we're going to talk about that. It's things that you all can and I think should be doing. Some of the videos are demonstrating platform that I'll share. Some of the videos are just demonstrating ideas, the type of video you could do. So let's get into that. One of the first videos I'm going to show you is not available to any of us. We're not celebrity enough to be on Facebook mentions. That's only for journalists and celebrities and stuff right now. But I wanted to show you one example. Anyone familiar with Guy Kawasaki? Guy used to work at Apple. He is a big content marketing guy. He works with a lot of companies. He does a ton of video. One of his platforms is doing it through Facebook mentions here. So let me show you something he does. This also goes back to doing something at night after you've finished your day of work. Here we go. And here's Guy in his house giving us a little video. He gets louder in a second.
Make a grid of photos. I am using an iPad Pro, and this is a pencil. So the first thing you do is you make a matrix, a grid. So let's just draw one out here. And I'll make it 2 by 2. Then you drag your pictures in, do various regions. So it's a beach picture, another beach picture, another beach picture, and another beach picture.
And that was all I captured of that and cut that down. But I think that's a great example of a short little video the guy did. He still followed a lot of the examples that I was talking about. His camera was on a tripod. He wasn't just trying to hold it there filming a screen. He did have lighting, but he turned them off. And that's an option for lighting because he wanted to show a computer screen. And instead of doing a screen capture using some software, he just had his camera because he was live. And so he was just showing it over his shoulder. This went on for, I think, 1 minute and 42 seconds. He calls it his Tech Tuesday videos. It's a great way, low-cost way, of continually being in front of his audience, people like me and others that are interested in content marketing and how to do a good job of getting our word out. We can't use it yet. But as we know, Facebook continues to evolve. Are we all going to have a chance at Facebook mentions or this type of thing at some point? I can only say, yeah, probably, because Periscope is available to all of us, picked up by Twitter. But we are live streaming right now and have been this entire time to followers on Twitter. I love Periscope for this type of environment. My audience is you. My focus has been you. The creation of the PowerPoint and this was all for this audience and live in-person audiences. But I know we got people out there as well. So we're trying to give them some kind of behind the scenes, little sneak peek. This is even more so. I mean, this is kind of front and center. With webcasts, I've got folks that are using Periscope along with their webcast offering. So using a webcast as a lead generation model, but with their current customer base, they'll do a little Periscope. So you kind of see behind the scenes what they're talking about and doing. Great opportunity to do that. Let me show you another quick little video. This from Periscope. This one was edited a little bit. Mario Armstrong is a contributor to the Today Show. He was actually a guest on one of the Meet the Expert video webcasts that I was able to moderate through the AT&T Business Circle. He is always on Periscope. This is one of the things he does.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Tomorrow morning on the Today Show, I will be right inside that space right there. What's Facebook got going on with the Super Bowl? What's my favorite new app for sports fans? Tune in to the Today Show tomorrow morning, Saturday, in the 8 a.m. hour Eastern Time.
Did you know the Today Show set looked that crummy? Because when we see it, it looks beautiful. I first time in New York last year, had a chance to go by there, and he's right, that's what it looks like. But that's a great way where Mario and Guy and other folks out there are doing a great job of these little hits with video. A constant reminder and constant connection. And because people like them have such followers, they love seeing that Mario's out there. They love to see what glasses he's got on that day. You'll see in the Twitter feed then, they'll get all sorts of comments about things. And what's great about Periscope and being on Twitter, that turns into your platform. I said put everything on YouTube. Well, great. It's already published right there to Twitter. And you're getting the comments. So if anyone wants to comment about my shirt, they can. I might take that feedback. I'll look back at the Twitter feed and be like, all right, I won't wear that shirt next time I do a presentation. I'll go for something else. But it's a way for some real-time feedback as well. You can also realize, hey, if Mario saw that a ton of people love those little previews he's doing, let's do more of them, right? If Mario's he does some Q&As where he'll just, he'll turn on his phone, hey guys, I got this question from so-and-so, and he'll answer it. He'll give some feedback. I got a question from so-and-so, and he'll do like 10 minutes like that. If no one's watching, if no one's sharing, if no one's retweeting, he should stop doing that. Well, with Periscope, with Twitter, you get that in real time. You can limit the audiences. You don't have to go out to the whole world with Periscope. You can do a select audience if you want, so you can set up for some of that private usage as well. So Periscope, worth checking out and using. Has anyone done any Periscope events? It's something that it's worth checking out and doing. There's no cost to you. I take it back. There's cost in terms of you are streaming something and your users are consuming that stream. So if they're doing it over the phone and stuff, data plans, that does come into play. But that's the only cost there. Magisto. Anyone use Magisto? It is like an Animoto. I started using the tool about 2.5 years ago. It's pretty cool. There's a free version, and this is great for just all your home videos and your vacations off to wherever. Log into the app. You can pull in a bunch of videos. You can pull in a bunch of pictures, and then you say, make me a movie. And you choose like a theme. Like I could do a travel log, that I want to do a travel video, and here's my videos from Miami Beach and my pictures. I can choose a little music that they have that's licensed available to me, and I throw it in there, and then it throws back out this cool video. But I can't use that for business. I haven't been able to, because it randomly chooses things. It's looking for emotion. It's got these algorithms in there that are looking for smiles keywords, laughter, things like that. I can't use it for business until right now, because 2 weeks ago they rolled out their business version. Again, I'm not paid by them or anything, but I'm thrilled because I'm evolving as a video producer. There are people that can't pay the $2,500 for me to get out of bed, right? Can someone come to me and can I work with them now with the business version? The business version, I'm gonna show you an example, still do the same thing, throw all the stuff in there. And it's got all the transitions and does some cool funky things automatically, but as a business now you can choose, but I really want this portion of the video to be shown. It's similar to what you saw in Animoto there. I love it. This and Animoto are subscription pricing. If anyone wants to go right now on your phone, because I did note it down, go to Magisto.com. Someone check out the price for me. I think it's like 20 bucks a month. It might be $12 a month. There might be a pro version at 20 a month, but these are the ways that small businesses now can start getting some really good quality video. So let me show you another example.
My name is Homan Rajay, and I am the owner and creative director of Uman, a travel bag company. And we're excited to announce our first launch of our first line coming this January 2016. And we're accepting pre-orders coming this November 2015.
Those of you that were here earlier when we saw Nicole, this video a little bit stronger, potentially. Now, I think that he and that group, again, if I put my producer eye back on, looked like he had some pretty good cameras at work, better than what Nicole had. He used a chair. I said a chair earlier on. He was sitting down. He was a little nervous, and I could see a little gleam coming on his forehead. And it happens to me as well. I travel with makeup when I'm doing video. I do, because I don't want to be the shiny guy. So, but I could tell there were some nerves there. So him sitting down was a good idea. But there was a little more production value there. I don't know if he did that all on his own. I don't know if he had a friend do it. I don't know if he paid anyone to come shoot it. But I know the editing was all done on that tool. Magisto's using that as part of their promotional efforts. That's something you all can do. That style of video, is that style of video something that could get your audience, whoever you're trying to sell and market to, you think that could make more of an emotional connection if they saw that going on? I do. I see nods out there. So I love Magisto. I mentioned Animoto as well. They do have these free trials, and you can trial for free. Again, I think the pricing was in that 20 or less per month. I think that's really affordable for most small businesses out there. And it's something that you don't have to get into the deep dive of editing, but you get some good quality output. Power Director. Now, let's talk about cell phones, because, and this is not contradictory to what I said before, where you need a whole bunch of video and stuff. There are times you want some 4K video cameras. You want to go with some high-end stuff, but our phones are magnificent these days, and I'm not getting into this. Is a Samsung. If you're using an iPhone, that's fine as well. They're great. Really, they're great cameras now. Half the time, they're crappy phones. Sometimes the speakers and stuff like that. But the cameras are magnificent, and the tools that they allow us to use are fabulous. One of them is Power Director. This is a free app. You can shoot everything and edit everything all on your phone. They do have like a $5 add-on. I'm going to show you a video that I did shoot that is all on here. It's a little rough. I did it in the last day, but it chronicles my travels out here to Miami. So there are little things I would have fine-tuned. The audio I could have improved upon, but I think you're going to get a good example of something that you can do with just your phone as a tool.
Hey, leaving San Francisco on our way to Dallas, quick little layover there, and then on my way to Miami.
All right, so I made it to Miami Beach. That is the good news. The bad news, my bag's still in Dallas. Okay, well, my bag has arrived. I'm very thankful for that. We've got all my audio gear. I'm doing some webcasts while I'm here as well, so I was glad to get that back in here so I can get that work done. Got some clothing. Desperate need of a change after 24 hours in the same clothes.
with all of that now, I'm going to explore a little Miami Beach and enjoy a little of my time. So as you can see, plenty of walking today, almost about 10 miles or so. Ended up walking back down James Avenue where my hotel was, grabbed myself an ice cream sandwich, and called it a night. Finished this video, transferred it over to the presentation so I could show it to you at this very moment.
Yay, little video. But that's something that can all be done on your phone right now. The editing is simple, drag and drop. You're just selecting the files that you have on your phone. I think it's great for this type of event. If some of the exhibitors here, I think it would be great to show what an event looked like. If you're looking to try and get people to come out to your booths or to be part of it, show what one event was like, and then they get to come to the next one. If you do any type of customer events like that, I think it's great to show the environment. I was talking with Maria earlier today. She runs a school, and one of the things that we had talked about that she could do with her videos, she could show possibly the admissions process. Or she could have testimonials of what students are out in the field now. These are, they've gone through medical training with her. Can show what they're doing out in the field through videos that are collected on cell phones. They can take a video there, send it back to her. She could put it into that open video, free editor, get it done, or find some student locally do it. And now she's got a great little testimonial video that may encourage other students to sign up and attend her school. So that's kind of the power there. I think I have one more example that I do want to show. I'm just going to go right back in here. I actually had to ask the AT&T team if I would be able to use this video, because we're not looking here to sell you AT&T services and ideas and stuff like that. This is sponsored by the Business Circle, and I love the Business Circle because it has so many great just little tips from other small business folks out there. One of them is this video, so I want you to see this video. It's very timely, just came into my inbox the other day, so I called them. I said, can I please use it? And they said, okay, so I was thankful for that.
I remember when we got our first family camera. It was a little crappy mini DV camera, and I kind of hijacked it from my family. And my brother and I would shoot hours and hours of footage on it, just terribly shaky. I was just fascinated by this thing. Of course, the technology kept progressing, but I did too. I went from filming dumb stuff with my friends to making projects for art school to filming lots of stuff for brands. Nowadays, technology is just an extension of our personalities. We constantly want to shoot things and capture moments and share them to all of our friends everywhere. And modern smartphones make that possible for every single person in the world. My company is Luminati, and we invented the Cinematic Smart Case. It's a piece of technology that you can insert your smartphone into, and it turns the existing camera into a fully functioning, ergonomically correct, and stylish video camera. The newest smartphones shoot 4K quality video. It's incredible. With the Luminati CS1, we've paired software and hardware together to create a completely unique and modern filmmaking experience. The evolution of technology has helped us create a business that wouldn't even exist 10 years ago. Over 300 hours of footage is uploaded to the internet every minute. That's 5 hours a second. Not to mention millions of people broadcasting live right now. By harnessing the technology in modern smartphones, people can shoot, edit, and share their creations instantly via their cellular network. Technology has brought on a new era of content creation. We set out to improve the way people are going to create that content. We envision a future of storytellers across the world unlike any we have ever seen before.
So, cool company, cool ideas, that's something that you can get by being a part of the Business Circle. More videos like that, those types of stories are out there. That's why the Business Circle is what it is to give that type of content to all of you and all of me as well, because I'm a small business out there and I go there often for these types of ideas. So I hope you like that. Screencastify Lite, if you saw that on there, it's a screen grab tool. The Lite version is free. You can have some others that you pay for, but that's a great way to do a demo. I had mentioned an admissions process. If there are things on your website that people constantly make mistakes on when they're trying to maybe register or buy something from you, and you need to really show your audience how to do it correctly, doing some type of screen grab with the voiceover there and then putting that video up on your site, on your YouTube channel, so that they can be directed there instead of getting on the phone, taking your time away from running your business, and can be answered by video. That's another great way, right? Video can be used for marketing, can be used for sales, great for customer support, great for promotional things, right? Get people interested into what you're doing, where you're going. I made the idea of going out to those farmers markets. Some folks I've worked with sell things there, saying, hey, I'm going out to the farmers market now, join me, it's a beautiful day. Well, that's a nice way, right, to connect with people. So that's it. There's my curtain call. That's the close here. I do have a couple things that you can jot down. I'll leave it up here if you want to take a picture. Again, we're going to get the slides into hillyproductions@yahoo.com. That's my email address. Use it. You got a question? Ask me. I'd love to talk to some of you afterwards, but if we're not able to, go ahead and just, hey, James, what do you think about this? Or where's the resource? Or what do you have? I'll send you an email back and I'll say, this is what I think. hillyproductions.wix.com/wellcheck. That is a website that's dedicated mostly to my webcasting business, but under the additional resources, that's where I put those download resources, the outlines, the shot sheets, those type of scripting things are available. Free download, and again, I didn't put it behind any registrations or anything like that. They're also the original documents. They're not in PDF, so take them, use them. They're meant to be worked on and changed and manipulated, so you can get those. You can connect with me on LinkedIn because I like to talk, I like to connect, I like to see what people are doing. And I thank you all for taking time to join me.